Okay, welcome back to the Morrowind Livestream. Last time we fought the Goblin army and have been asked to talk with the Gavas Drin, which we'll not do now. We've also finished most of our. I think we've tracked down the Dark Brotherhood as well. So I think they will now stop attacking us because they do not have the contract on our head anymore. And we've been working on our stronghold, which is still under construction. So we are still to wait a few days. I'm not going to spend those just resting. I think when I first played this through, or when I first played it through, we used to just rest it away. Okay. Look at that, we now have mushrooms there. There are mushrooms behind the tower. Anything good in here? Nothing yet. Well, they claimed it was inhabitable now. I disagree. I strongly disagree with that notion. But I'm not here to actually do stuff. I'm actually here to move on. First I want to go back to Sadrith Mora, which is just a divine intervention away. And then we'll move on to Telvos, and then maybe this already counts. By the way, I have read up on the various spells, especially on the Absorb Magicka spell, and sadly it turns out it's not a spell you can buy, so it's not an effect I can put on any weapons. Which kinda sucks, so I guess I'll go with a spear that drains health. Should not be too difficult to find a spell that actually absorbs health. And yeah, we can just use that. Okay.
I must say, I find it most interesting
Iniel.
now. Please go ahead.
No, I didn't want to do that. Screw that. I wanted to go to the boat.
Greetings to you.
I know I usually skip to walking and just move on. Ow. Just cast another Divine Intervention. But I think this time it's okay. I also looked up the way to deal with this. To deal with the. Which way do I have? Too much. To deal with that Ordinator. And apparently you're just supposed to keep using this slander topic until he eventually attacks you. So yeah. Didn't look up anything else. Okay, let's see. Boat. You're standing in the door, like physically merging with it. I think I can help you out with that, and then opening it again. Yeah. Thank me later, my friend. I think it would have made more sense to actually put the boat to the dissident priests over here. I mean, the temple influence over the Telvanni areas is probably less than in Vivek. Then again, I guess you would have an easier time kind of infiltrating the dissident priests if you go from Vivek, or if you actually, or not the dissident priests, but the actual temple, by going straight from Vivek, or by being just near Vivek but under Imperial control. I need your boat to take me the 50 meters to Vos. I feel so silly about that. Oh, by the way, one thing I did look up about Elder Star was it's actually the biggest soul gem possible, and capable of capturing even the souls of a god. There are two gods we will actually meet, but only one of them can actually be, will actually be hostile towards us. And I intend to capture that one, because it is also, of course, the biggest soul possible. Which means if you use that for an enchantment, you will get a massively powerful item. So of course we will use that. We will use the hell out of that. Also, why is the weather so horrible? Okay, let's actually use a spell of levitation. Where did it go? Yeah, we're still not the best at alteration magic, so we do have a significant chance of messing the spell up, especially if we are low on mana, or magicka rather. Okay, we're here now, and well, people claim the fortress is inhabitable now, stronghold, so I guess it will have to count as a stronghold for my advancement. By the way, this is something I could have probably put into place earlier, so I could have started having the construction initiated right as soon as I had the rank of a mouth in, also right as soon as Orion had taken me in. Okay, I would like to advance. Woohoo, I'm now a wizard. Any more advancements? Okay, more chores. That's actually kind of bad. Oh wow! Okay, if you wish to become a master, you must have someone to represent you in the Telvanni Council Hall. Okay, this guy we have actually known already. Remember the guy we asked when we were infected with Corporus? Yeah, it's Fast Eddie. And I think he's one of the easiest picks, so I'm not sure if there's actually anyone else who is willing to do it. So we will just... I'm seeing an intervention from here. Will I get to Gnesis? Gnesis would be lovely. But anything else would do just as fine. Also kind of fun to, or the first time we play Morrowind, you actually start experimenting with LMC Dimension and Divine Dimension to see where you end up. Okay, that's the quick route to Aldrune. Nice. We could go and take those arrows from House Lethri, or Lethri Manor. Kind of weird, in the German version they were all called a house. Or was it residence? I don't know. Maybe they're just all like the house Lethri, the house Arabar, the house Serethi. Okay, which one was Lethri Manor? Consult my trusty map. It's Ramaran, Serethi, Lethri. So straight across and then the first one over the bridge. So this way. Why are there gods everywhere? That should be Lethri Manor. Okay, let's go. Thieves Guild quests. The Darts of Judgment. Okay, okay, I have no idea where the guy was. But I know they are on a table on a desk somewhere. I think in here, but I do not know. And that's the big deal with many Thieves Guild quests that lead you into those residences. You don't know where the hell they are, or the people you are supposed to steal from are. I believe it's in here somewhere.
What do you want?
I will ignore all the people here. That's the entrance. At least it's a quick way out. have to, although
What do you want?
the Helm's Deep intervention would probably be the quicker way out. And those arrows could also have been stolen by us while we were here, or while we were here last time. They are not spawned just for this quest, so you can always take them. And if we had been smart, or if I had been smart, I had tried to locate them when I was here the first time,
What do you want?
and just nick them there. And then we could have sorted this quest out very, very quickly. But I hadn't, so now we're stuck in Leathery Manor and trying to figure out where those stupid arrows are. How about here? Guard quarters. I think he was a guard. And we haven't been in here. Because I'm quite sure I would have remembered those arrows if I had, Ooh, the marksman. Ooh, a book to read. So, reading time. Kelmeril Bryn had very definite opinions on how things should be done. Every slave he bought on the day he bought him or her was soundly whipped in the courtyard for a period of 1 to 3 hours, depending on the individual degree of independent spirit. The whip he used, or had as Castellan use, was of wet, knotted cloth, which regularly drew blood, but very seldom maimed. To his great satisfaction and personal pride, few slaves ever needed to be whipped more than once. The memory of their first day, and the sight and sound of every subsequent slave's first day, stayed with them throughout their lives. When Bryn bought his first Bosmer slave, he ordered his castellan to whip him only for an hour. The creature, which Bryn named Dob, seemed so much more delicate than the Argonians and Khajiiti and Orcs who made up the bulk of his slaves. Dob was clearly ill-suited for work in the mines or in the fields, but he seemed presentable enough for domestic service. Dob did his work quietly and tolerably well. Bryn occasionally had to correct him by refusing him food, but the punishment never needed to go further. Whenever guests arrived at the plantation, the sight of the exotic and elegant addition to Bryn's household staff always impressed them. "Here, you," said Genethar Ilok, a minor but still noble member of the House Indril, as Dob presented him with a glass of wine. "Were you born a slave?" "No, Sidora," Dob answered with a bow. "I used to rob nice ladies like you on the road." The company all laughed with delight, but Kelmeril Bryn checked with the slave trader from whom he had bought Dob, and found that the story was true. The Bosmer had been a highwayman, though not of any great notoriety, before he had been caught and sold into slavery as punishment. It seemed so extraordinary that a quiet fellow like Dob, who always looked respectfully downward at the sight of his superiors, could have been a criminal. Bryn made up his mind to question him about it. "You must have used some sort of weapon when you were robbing all those pilgrims and merchants." Bryn grinned as he watched Dob mop. "Yes, Sidora," Dob replied humbly. "A bow." "Of course, you Bosmeri are supposed to be very handy with those." Bryn thought a moment and then asked, "Bit of a marksman, were you?" Dob nodded humbly. "You will tutor my son Vodalik in archery," the master said after another moment's pause. Vodalik was 12 years of age, and had been rather sadly spoiled by his mother, Bryn's late wife. The boy was useless at swordplay, fearful of being cut. He embarrassed his father's pride, but the personality defect seemed ideally suited to the bow. Bryn had his castellan purchase a finely wrought bow, several quivers of arrows, and ordered targets to be set up in the wildflower field next to the plantation house. In a few days' time, the lessons began. For the first few days, the master watched Vodalik and Dob to be certain that the slave knew how to teach. He was pleased to see the boy learn the grips and the different stances. Business concerns, however, had to take precedence. Bryn only had time to see to it that the lessons were continuing, but not how well they were progressing. It was a month's time before the issue was re-examined. Bryn and his castellan were reviewing the plantation's earnings and expenses, and they had come to the era of miscellaneous household costs. You might also check to see how many targets in the field need to be repaired. "I have already anticipated that, Sidora," said the castellan. "They are in pristine condition." "How is that possible?" Bryn shook his head. "I've seen targets fall apart after only a few good shots. There shouldn't be anything left after a month's worth of lessons. There are no holes of any kinds in the targets, Sidora. See for yourself." As it happened that hour, the marksmanship lesson was underway. Bryn walked across the field, watching Dob guide Vodalik's arm as the boy took aim at the sky. The arrow flew up in an arc, over the top of the target, burying itself in the ground. Bryn examined the target and found it to be, as his castellan said, in pristine condition. No arrow had touched it. Master Vodalik, you must pull your right arm down further, Dob was saying, and the follow-through is essential if you expect your arrow to gain any height. Height? Bryn snarled. What about accuracy? Unless he's been secretly racking up a high kill ratio on birds, you haven't taught my son a thing about marksmanship. Dob bowed humbly. Sidora, first Master Vodalik must become comfortable with the weapon before he need to worry about accuracy. In Valenwood, we learn by watching the bolt arc at different levels, in different winds, before we try very hard to strike targets. Bryn's face turned purple with fury. I'm not a fool! I should have known not to trust a slave with my boy's education. The master grabbed Dob and shoved him toward the plantation house. Dob, head down, began the humble, shuffling walk he had learned in his domestic duties. Vodalik, tears streaming down his face, tried to follow. You stay and practice, roared his father. Try aiming at the target itself, not the sky. You are not coming back into the house until there is one hole in that damned bullseye. The boy tearfully returned to practice, while Bryn brought Dob into the courtyard and called for his whip. Dob suddenly broke away and scrambled to hide between some barrels in the center of the yard. Take your punishment, slave! I should have never shown you mercy the day I bought you, Bryn bellowed, bringing the whip down on Dob's exposed back again and again. I have to toughen you up. There'll be no more soft jobs as tutor and valet in your future. Vodalik's plaintive yell drifted in from the meadow. I can't, father. I can't hit it. Master Vodalik, Dob cried back as loud as he could, his voice shaking with pain. Keep your left arm straight and aim slightly east. The wind has changed. Stop confusing my son, Bryn screamed. You'll be in the salt rice fields if I don't beat you to death first, like you deserve. Dob, the boy wailed. I still can't hit it. Master Vodalik, take 4 steps back, aim east, and don't be afraid of the height. Dob tore away from the barrels, hiding under a cart near the wall. Bryn pursued him, raining down blows. The boy's arrow sailed high over the target and kept climbing, reaching a pinnacle at the edge of the plantation house before coming down in a magnificent arc. Bryn tasted the blood before he realized he'd been hit. Gingerly, he raised his hands and felt the arrowhead protruding out of the back of his neck. He looked at Dob crouching under the wagon and thought he saw a thin smile across the slave's lips just for an instant before he died. Bryn saw the face of the rogue highwayman of Dob. A bullseye, Master Vodalik, Dob crowed. I think that was a very good book. Okay, also where those stupid... Is there something on top of that? That's a bow. Don't think the arrows were in any closet of sorts.
What is it, Outlander?
Or in any chest. I mean, those would be silly because this is kind of one of the last quests we can get here, so it would make sense to actually at least have some sort of lock behind it, or in front of it. I've also wiped out about 70 save games, so we should have a bit of leeway in that way as well. For now, just done with that. Let's just move... Well, let's just open all the locks here, because we can. And because we need the training and security. That's not the stuff we're looking for. Okay, what's up there? Nothing. Nothing. That's all nothing. So we're still looking for the arrows of judgment. Which are not up here. But if you ever needed a shoddy, very, very short-looking spear, it looked more like a javelin to me. Also, I think we can conclude that they are not in the guard quarters. Where is Eindel? Can I talk? No, I can't ask you about Eindel. Who's the guy who supposedly has those arrows, but we don't have to pickpocket them from him. Okay. Let's go to the bedrooms then. I believe they were here. Somewhere. Not in a lock.
What is it, Outlander?
Okay.
Do I know you?
Probably not. It's best to not be known. At least not as a thief. Private quarters, manor entrance. I guess it's the private quarters then. All down here. At this point the map gets kind of confusing because we are clearly having several levels and the map only shows like the top layer. So yeah, it is absolutely confusing and I don't think it's the best map design. Where's the stupid...
What do you want?
I think Idle is a Bosmer as well, just like Ingoth the Jeweler. So we should be able to quite easily see him and figure out who he is. I have not seen those stupid arrows, and I'm quite sure I didn't steal them before. Okay. No arrows here. Or here. Or here. Well, at least we're getting to kill some time while our stronghold is still being constructed. Okay, we have not gone down this. Up there, I guess. There were some black spots on the map, so I suppose we haven't been here. You're idle. So I would suppose your arrows are up here somewhere as well. That's the exit. That's the bedrooms. Up at a lower level of because I'm trapped in a plant. Been to the guard quarters already. Private quarters, manor bedrooms. Let's go to the upper bedrooms. Maybe those are different cell, I don't know. I don't think they are though. Also, sorry about my voice. I think I might have called it a little cold. This is it's the same exit. There was nothing down there. But we've seen Eindel, so we're at least in the right place. At the very least, we're in the right place. Apparently everything here has not been scouted yet. Can't dance on the table here.
What is it?
Would make sense for a drunk Telvanni to go dance on a red run table and probably get away with it. Although we are not currently drunk. Where the hell is that?
Can we hurry this up?
Up there is nothing. Huh. Thieves Guild, Dance of Judgment. Is a guard, so it could be in the guards' quarters, I guess. Yeah. Where are the arrows of judgment? Also, this place is huge, especially if you consider that it's technically under the
Can we hurry this up?
no. If you consider it's technically under the, or still inside this crab shell. Which I find very hard to believe. Wrong door. I want to go to guard quarters, which are this way, so that place. There is nothing here.
Can we hurry
have some of those walls to spare, which I think is a nice touch, albeit somewhat weird. They were on top of something. Let's close that. Just testing your beds.
I know you.
Where the hell are those stupid arrows? Not here. Not here. Not up there. Or down there. Huh. Clearly not in here. Okay, where the hell would those arrows be? Quite sure they should be close to Eindel. And I was also sure he had not kept them in his inventory. I've been in here already, but let's just go check again.
Why are you here?
So I'm looking for some arrows. This looks more like a master bedroom to me. So it's probably not here.
Why are you here?
Where the hell would they be? Have you seen any arrows?
Why are you here?
Yeah. Where the hell are those stupid arrows? Or darts. They're not arrows, they're darts. Which is probably why I would never actually use the bloody things. And the guild pays a very good price for those. Like seriously, it's a great price. That's the manor entrance. How about this one? That's a private quarters again.
Do I know you? What do you
No. Maybe. Kind of famous by now. Okay, we've spent a fair amount of time looking for this. That's Assault Rise. That's not a Dart of Judgment. I don't think we can pass it off as those.
Can we hurry this up?
Okay.
Hurry this up.
Here? No. Some spare furniture.
What is it?
That's the booze cabinet. Some Flynn. Okay, I officially don't know where those stupid arrows are.
Why
Can
are
we
you
hurry
here?
this up?
I believe you had to go through 2 doors in here to get them.
I don't know if I can help you, but I'll try.
And the thing about bottoms is I never know if they're male or female. The voice could be both. I mean, it could be a very, very high-pitched male voice or a female voice after 30 years of smoking.
From where do you hail, friend?
Okay, could you never talk to me again, Eindel? And I'm looking this up now. This is confusing me. Stars of Judgment. Okay. Let's just look in. Of course, I'm using most of the bandwidth to... Okay, so apparently I have been in the right place, but looking on the wrong things. I was close. I was really close. So, apparently the darts are supposedly on Eindel's bed in the guard quarters. Ah, there they are. I think those are actually Daedric darts. Yeah, They don't look like regular ebony darts, they're Daedric darts. Quite sure of that. You don't see me. Very well hidden though. Gotta say that, they're very well hidden. Okay, those are the 4 darts, and I'm not walking out all the way. Woohoo, misses in 63. By the way, there is also, there should be one more set of temple quests, which we will be given from the temple master himself. But for now, let's go and cash in those arrows. Not that we really need the cash, but we need the reputation with the guild. Also, I don't believe those darts will be very retrievable, so we should probably not waste them.
What do you think of our city?
Get the hell away! Also, notice that sound? We've been remember we had to get some of those metal pieces. We'll sell them the darts. Actually, pay us the market price. He used to pay us better for wither shins. Okay, would you advance me? Woohoo, now I'm a ringleader. We have more jobs. Or the master thief himself, Gentleman Jim Stacy, who is somewhere in Vivek. You'll find him in the back store of a bookstore, which makes sense. Let's find that spider. Should be doing a spider walking around somewhere here. Which I would imagine would make the place actually kind of a tourist attraction. Should be somewhere here. It's not hostile. It's just a protection against the Commander Tong, although I wouldn't think the spider would be that difficult to beat for a decently skilled fighter, or mage, or even a thief. Also, remember Edwina was complaining about the unpractical stuff we found. Move away. Do we have... Can we show her the book on the... No, we can't. Oh, is that a copy of... Yes, it is. Have a look. Okay. So, Edwina is really happy about this book. We have kept it because, of course, we need to use it for the Telvanni quest. If you could take me to Balmora, that would be lovely. Okay, now we'll have to find Fast Eddie's house again. And just to be on the safe side, I probably want to have a weapon out. I'll take the Silver Staff of Peace, which I believe I actually have to give away now. Which of course has been the reason why I've been holding on to that thing. I'm going to keep the Silver Staff of War, but the Peace one is fine to give away. We need the enchantment is pretty good. It's a fair amount of polarization time. The thing about this kind of weapon is that I don't like him that much, for the simple reason that if you just reapply the polarization, while you beat your opponent to death, you will just waste most of the charges. Okay, I think Fast Eddie lived over there. Alright, that's 2 sleepers. I tried not to trigger them. Yo, Fast Eddie, you were supposedly... would you like to be my mouth? Yes, why not? I think you can actually buy those. Okay, so now he will give us... he actually won't give you chores to do, but you can... He basically steals stuff for you. He's not called Fast Eddie without a reason. In fact, we'll probably be able to seek him out right away. But first, I would like to go to Vivek. Up here, down there. I know that was unnecessary,
Welcome, Outlander.
but I don't want to enter the place near Galbadia, because Galbadia creeps me out. He creeps me the hell out, the guy. Okay, take me to Vivek. And if memory serves, if you
Greetings to you. A pleasure.
go to the High Fane now, we are high ranking in the temple, so I think we did earn our we did earn the right to meet with the Thola Seoni himself. Let's see. Do you have any more duties for me? You don't give duties out. You? No. Could you move away there? Fine.
You flatter me with your attention.
I'll take that door then.
Welcome, Outlander.
You. Okay. Could you advance me? I think this is basically the door that gets you to the...
You honor me. Do you wish to do business?
Welcome, friend. You're nearly a legend around here. Please, talk.
Okay. Yeah, no. We're also not going to do the main quest any further for now until I'm divine in the temple. Or until I've actually reached the pinnacle of temple achievements. Because they will stop giving you jobs once you actually have become Nerevarine.
You flatter me with your attention, Outlander.
Okay. Now we were asked to go visit Gentleman's Jim Stacy, which we'll do right away. Huh. You. I'll take the arena. I don't think there's any real point in going to the... What are we supposed to find for the Morag Tong again? Didn't they still have one more assignment for us? No. What's that one? Ah, okay. No, apparently not. And at some point when we're in Telvos, we should also go and talk to the Ahemusa, because we were asked to arrange a meeting. Okay, you take me to Foreign Quarter, please. I believe that bookstore we're looking for. It's also the only guild, Thieves Guild hideout that's not in a bar. At least not as far as I'm aware. So there goes nothing. And the only reason I would be mostly tempted to enable that mod that gives you more than 100 skill cap. Got to go to Candleworks. An attribute cap is because I really dislike the dislike the weight limitation. Something I enjoyed about Skyrim, you could basically level that up to no to no limit. That's apparently a cult shrine. You wouldn't think this is oh, well, you wouldn't think they'd get any shrine in the temple city, but I think they were actually required by the law to get that. I think I'm on the wrong side of the canal works here. So I could have probably taken the shortcut through the sewers, but I don't want to. Might as well take this one here. That's a Fletcher. This one here has, by the way, I think this entire store is a mod, which is actually shown here. What you can get here are area effect arrows, and lots of them. Those, by the way, are ebony arrows. She doesn't seem to have Daedric arrows. Something I would be very interested in would be a soul trapping arrow. Do you have one of those? Also, 20 gold per arrow, that's a lot. That is a surprising lot. You can also get silver bolts if you wanted to. Of course, bolts go into crossbows. So like how you could get all sorts of throwing weapons in this game itself. Even a glass throwing star. How amazing is that? And where were those things back in
Can I help you?
Back in go this way, right? Back in Skyrim. You'd think something cool as a throwing dart or throwing star would not be dropped for the next installment, but apparently it has been. And also we have been, of course, in the wrong side of the sewers again. That's just me starting to talk and then losing track and then going to the wrong door right again. Okay, so this way, straight through this time. Yep. Stupid door. Okay, so this one. And this one. Should be a bookstore here somewhere. Is it this one? No. No, apparently I can cross the two. Russia. So this would be the bookstore.
Do you need something?
I'm looking for Gentleman Jim Stacy. You've heard of him. I've heard he's in here. Okay, do I need to bribe you for that? I don't think they mind if I pick this lock. I actually think they expect it from you. Can't let everyone get into that place, so yeah. Really, it's too complex for an apprentice's. Fine, we'll use one of those master's picks then. Come on. There we have Gentleman Jim Stacy. And this guy here, I think, can actually... yeah, I think he can remove prizes on your head. Okay, you might have jobs for me. Track down Nuts Thurin. Yeah, I have the key. Okay. It's always good to pick up everything. I don't know where Nuts Thurin was, but that's fine. Okay. Go to Aldrin, talk to this guy. And he also talks about a thing called the Balmolagma. There was a legend about Stonefire men who brought the light of justice to the land. Though the Balmolagma were thieves, they stole only from the unjust and gave to those in need. They vanished in the early Third Era, and have not been seen since. I believe it's time for the Balmolagma to return. Here, these gloves were used by the Balmolagma to carry their burning stones from the Red Mountain. When you are ready to rekindle the fires of Balmolagma, wear the gloves and speak with me again. So he has given us stuff that works similar to the the Legion. We have to wear those now. I have no idea why I can't put those under my... Thank you, Git. Okay, let's talk about the Balmoragma. Okay, turn the Lervu Locket in the Venom manner with the rest of the taxes. Venom and Aldrin, of course. Oh yeah, the Venom is the House Master of the Redron. Okay. I'm not sure where Brainus Lervu is. Although I suppose he would be near Aldrin. Okay. And now we have to carry those stupid gloves as well. So if you're like me and like to join almost every place, then you will have a lot of stuff to carry around with you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. You there.
You flatter me with your expression.
Okay, let's talk to this alternator here. Let's see. I wanted to... little advice, or maybe a little secret. I'll talk to you about the Ministry of Truth. I'm not sure what happens with that once the false gods have been stripped. I mean, this is supposedly held by Vivek's divine power. Although I suppose he has set up something in that place already.
Welcome, friend. Are you the one I've heard talk about?
Okay, so we could go back to Aldrun. I think it's actually a good idea to go back to Aldrun. How would I get back there? I think it's time to recall. We got to Aldrin from Vos, right? But not from here. I think this will get us to... Has my stuff... No, it has not disappeared. I think this has grown a bit. It might have. I think this bit there wasn't there before. Let's take a look at it. Let's actually have a look here. No, not really. Okay, still nothing too impressive on that. We can now actually get our promotion. Although I'm not sure if you actually have to get this promotion or if you have to meet the skill requirements as well. So I don't think you have any more quests for me. Okay. Yeah, they can't advance us even though we are very dedicated. At least there's a Silt Strider here, which we could take back to... I'm not sure if it can take us to Aldrun. It's the closest thing here, though. I think that might be Sereth Mora. Could also take a boat here if we wanted to. Although I don't think there's a boat connection to Aldrun. Would be difficult to get the last kilometers, I guess. Well, it's kind of hard to believe that somebody would actually found the city right here, where there is literally no water whatsoever. Okay, back to the Siltstrider. We could also, if we really wanted to, try to look for the Silver Staff of Shame near Mount Kand, which I hope I haven't accidentally sold and sold already. I think once we're there, we'd also need to look for the Staff of Magnus, because I hate going to that place twice.
When you can ride.
So we'll wait until we... Oh, fine, take me to Suran. Let's go to Vivek.
Why walk when you can ride?
Okay, apparently I cannot go to Aldrin from here. I really want to see one of the Siltstriders move. Must be majestic.
Why walk when you can ride?
Okay, take me to Aldrin then. I could have just used the Mage's Guild as well. Might have been a smart move. Okay, so we need to get to... let's actually start by wearing those gloves. Before I forget that, wear the gloves. They will not make you any more... they should not aggro anyone, as far as I'm aware. So it's not like we need to completely sneak in Venom Manor. Yeah, we'll have to... What's the guy's name? Something Imperial. Okay, Balmagma, Perseus Mercius. It rhymes, nice. I think that's you. Okay, Perseus Mercius. Are you... You seem...
You want something from me?
No, I'm here to enlist your help. Okay, Hrundi in Sarwith used to be my second in command. He's a good man, and he might be persuaded to join your cause. I hesitate to suggest this, but if you can't convince him, Hrundi has a lover. Adalma, from what I hear, if you can find her, you can convince Hrundi to join your cause. Okay. Idis Fire is a good fighter, but there's always been something dark about her. I found out just secretly that she was what that was. She's a worship of Clavicus Vile. I don't know how you can use this information. I'm sure she can't be blackmailed. She actually can. The new master of the Fighters Guild is Thoring Hardheart. He owes too much to Commander Tong to back out now. There's no way to convince him. You'll have to kill him. Okay. I think he lives in Vivek. Okay. Does anyone know where Brainus Lervu lives? I hope he actually is in Aldru. If not, I'll be looking for a while here. Torion. Gildan. I'll look for it later. It's a temple. We need to go to Scar.
Is there something I can do for you?
Okay. Gindrola Leran. Which one is your house? This one? No. Have we been there before? Have we seen it? Gindrola Leran. This one right behind us. So this one here. Okay. Huh. Aren't you supposed to...
Bothersome creature.
I think he's supposed to attack me at some point. Actually, let's use this stick. Yeah, I think he's supposed to attack me. While he's making ash statues. Like, would you mind leaving? Okay, it was not a crime. Were you that person? Okay. So now we
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
basically got some reputation bonus for Aldrin, I guess. Not too helpful, but at least something. Are you Leavu? No. Okay. Now find the place in Venom Manor. Venom Manor should be the big ones. Okay, I'm wearing the gloves. I think this one should be Venom Manor, or the Council Hall. It is the Council entrance, Lethri Manor, Arrowbow Manor, Morak Tong. What is Venom Manor? You there. Where would I find Venom Manor? Southeast corner. Southeast is over there. Oh, that's okay. That's the one we haven't been to yet, because there was no point in going there for the Telvanni quest. You will not convince Bolvin Venom. Yeah, Venom Manor. Wonderful. Okay.
What do you think is there something you need?
Now, where would those taxes be
You think of our
placed?
city, Outlander.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
I think they would be in the private quarter somewhere. So I would store my money if I had any. Yes. Yeah, I think the problem here is that Mr. Venom, you can see him over there, somewhere, there,
There's something I can do.
does not actually have the, well, he wears ebony armor, and you cannot, the texture's still missing for some reason.
Something you need?
I'll have to look for it later. Okay. Also, I'm not sure if these gloves have any sort of any sense of recognition value, because to me they just look like some random shoddy fabric gloves. Okay, there's a right wing, which might be where taxes are. So why is everybody here wearing Duema stuff? Isn't that technically still forbidden in Morrowind? Okay. Not here. Maybe in the left wing. Is there a left wing? There should be a left wing. If there's a right wing, there should also be a left wing. And another door. What's that door doing? Manor bedrooms. And there's also probably a bedroom door. Yeah, we'll take the second one. Door number 2. No, that's just an extravagant amulet. We'll keep that door open to denote we've been here already. I think nobody closes doors ever. That's just some extravagant stuff. Now, we haven't been in here before, so we should not have stolen it already. So why is there nobody in here? Huh. This room is actually completely uninhabited. I mean, you'd think there'd be some things on those shelves. Wouldn't have to be books, but something. Okay, that place was a bust. Let's go take the other private bedroom door. Yeah, I'm looking for the place where you have your taxes.
What do you want?
Ooh, a book. Okay. Ah, I think that's a book about the conquest of Morrowind. Interesting. Okay, this might be where the taxes are kept. I don't think he would mind if I actually took those taxes for myself. I mean, the Master Thief, not Mr. Venom. I'm quite sure Mr. Venom would totally mind us stealing those. Also, of course, with nobody watching, there is nobody to remind me to save the game. I'm not sure if lockpicking is also influenced by your fatigue. I'm quite sure those weren't the taxes, but it's probably taken unjust as well, so I'll have it. Okay, nothing here. We've been in there. We've been in here. Let's go back to the right wing. Which is up there and down there. Oh, let's take the lower door.
Outlander, what do you need?
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
Okay. It's gotta be somewhere here.
Is there something I can do for you?
Okay, special guest room in the tapestry, okay. I kinda want that key. Let's make you turn around. I think they usually turn around when you actually talk to them, or behind this one. No. Can also try to telekinesis it from here. Who the hell is seeing me? There should be nobody near you, probably. That is a massive range of vision. You can see me from here. Or here. I should be completely hidden. Well, that door's no problem. Currently seen. That kinda sucks. Huh. Okay. anything behind there I could take? I could probably try that. Who exactly is seeing me now? So now we're visible again.
Why are you here?
Let's keep that one hidden. We'll get in trouble if we get this guy out. We will have to eventually. It is a quest. But as you can see here, they have some pretty heavily armed guards. And some not so... well, this guy was not so heavily armed on his end. And you can't just give him armor. Like, I couldn't just stick him in some Imperial stuff and be done with it. I don't think he keeps attacks in a bag.
What do you need?
That's just my eggs. Now again, looking into this stuff is actually fine. We only get in trouble for taking stuff.
May I help you?
That's the Morrowind law. Though I'd probably be pissed at someone who started looking into all my boxes. Okay, apparently... why would you put a candle there? Right near a tree. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, although I suppose those rooms will not burn. Whatever you do, they will not burn. Okay, up there, maybe?
Go ahead, Outlander.
No, not up here.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
Okay, he is right over there. We can actually... we can talk to him. Yeah, no. How about Brara Morvain? We could bribe him, but I don't feel like doing that.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Because if memory serves, we do have to kill him anyway. Not right now, and not in here. Okay, where the hell is that place? Let's go to the entrance again.
City, Outlander.
Found the right wing. What about the left?
What do you think?
Let's go to the guard quarters again. Guess they might have the money in here somewhere. If not, they at least have some lockpicking training. Come on. I would think the amulet has its own name, so it's a unique item. I have no idea where it is. Yeah, don't mind the guy opening all the doors. It's not sitting on the bed, is it? Okay, close that just in case someone passes by. Come on. Nope. It's not even locked.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
I think it could use a lot less radar on. I need more mushroom houses here. So why would you lock all this stuff behind a actually decent lock?
Is there something you need?
I mean, couldn't you lock something that's, you know, worth stuff? Also have to really stop taking stuff just because it's valuable. Because, I mean, after all, there is no point in that. Okay, this store could be housing something interesting. Although once again, actually, I believe there were a few somewhat money draining thing. Oh, wait a minute. Close that. Ah, the hell will lock it. There it is. They said something about taxes.
Is there something you need?
No, not from you, thank you. Okay, we'll take that just for the training. I mean, we have too many lockpicks anyway. We have way too many lockpicks. Come on. And that's basically free training. Now to find the Mr. Levu. I have no idea. I have no idea where he is. There's a cliff racer. You probably are not a Levu. Ilmaril. Ah, you. Yeah, take it. Yeah, in the name of Balmanak, I return this to you. You don't know. Well, that's fine. Just have your locket. You see, those gloves have no recognition value whatsoever. And I, of course, dump them. Can't dump them now because the Master Thief will be really pissed at me if I do so. And again, unlike the Legion Cuirass, they're at least not heavy. Okay. Move it. Now what? I think we'll start with talking to the various Fighters Guild members, starting in Balmora because that's the most obvious place.
You flatter me with your...
Okay. You. I think I want to talk to you about what? Join your cars? No, not you. You. I'm not here to join the Fighters Guild. Do I have to remove those gloves for that?
What's your story?
Okay, maybe someone here can talk. Can tell me about Idis. Not this person here. How about you?
Yes, what is it?
Maybe that's information we need to get from the Thieves Guild there as well. Can't rest in those beds, by the way. We're not allowed to because we are not in the Warriors Guild. Okay. Yeah, no idea. Let's go ask the Thieves Guild about her. Although Clever's Vial is also a Daedra, so maybe the Mages Guild knows about him. Maybe the Mages Guild knows about him. Let's go ask the Thieves Guild. You, can you tell me about no? Not really. You might know something.
Friend, welcome.
Okay, apparently no. Yeah, fine. Let's ask the Mages Guild then. Maybe someone there knows. I think it's also nice to have this complete freedom and not have like this quest marker telling you, okay, this is the next place to go. Like I can do whatever quest I want. I don't have to select the quest in my journal. I'll select the. What was wrong with this? What was wrong with putting an actual journal in your face instead of this stupid interface window that you got in Skyrim? Like literally, why would you do that?
Attention, Outlander.
You probably know a thing about. No, you don't. Could you advance me? No. Fine. Okay, I have no idea how we figure out what Ida needs. But I do know what it is, because I've done this quest already in my older games. And we've actually seen it.
Tell me about yourself. Should go to Vivek. I think this is where the was it Sioring hard. One of those.
Happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
Well met.
Nothing here. If you rank high enough, Tribunis will actually
Go ahead, Pat.
challenge you to a duel in the arena. And that's what you need for your last advancement in the guild.
At your service.
Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, very nice of him. You see, even the alternators respect me now. Because I'm such a high person in the temple. Okay, you. Raik.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
Okay.
What is this about?
Where's your guild master? I would imagine he's
I don't know if I can help
living
you.
here. No, I don't want to join the Fighters Guild. Apparently I'm wrong here. No, it's him.
On your back.
I'm supposed to kill this guy, but I don't know how to best do this without actually being noticed. Ugh. Okay. I think I'll have to just go back to the Mages Guild. Is that a book I can read? Well, I can read it, but it's not a book that helps me. Okay. Well, we can at least tell in the Balmalagma quest. Which means I should not at all use my Divine Intervention here, my CV intervention here. Because we are at the foreign quarters, so yeah, let's just not Let's not teleport back and forth just to get around inside Vivek. This should get me straight to the lower level. And in here I want to go this way. Yeah, I think I want to go this way. Do I want to go this way? Yes. Finally got it.
Care for some light reading?
Yeah, very light reading. This way. So I just turned around by that door. How odd.
It is a pleasure, Outlander.
Okay.
My services.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
Let's see. I would like to... Okay. Justice has been done. If you kept a little something for yourself, I can certainly understand. Okay, you want proof of Yngling Half-Troll's corruption. Yngling Half-Troll is corrupt. Okay. Many notice, but none dares to act. I think Yngling Half-Troll is a Lalu official. Those are usually the corrupt ones. Okay, let's get back to this and this. And do you have any jobs for me? Ah, no. Now, yeah. We can find the bitter cup. Because I desire I worship Clevicus Vile. And it is in Eldredania. We have been there, we have seen the bitter cup. But we didn't take it back then. Because I forgot what it was good for. Also, Clevicus Vile is kind of the prince of really bad deals. So, political comment here, he's kind of the Donald Trump of the Elder Scrolls world. He's promising you tempting deals and then makes you regret them. I think Yngling Manor was in here. Also, sorry about the political interjection there. Only cost me my one other viewer. Okay, Wasteworks. Let's go here first. Been searching through here already. So there's the Treasury, Canal Works, Temple. Adreno Arathi. I think that's actually also another Lalu council person. Running short on mana. I might have to get into a fight again soon. Just to restore that. Where the hell is Yngling Manor? Oh, it could have been in the St. Olms district. Canton.
Is there something
Not
I can
district,
do?
Canton. Curio Manor. We'll not get in there right now. It's a weird place. And I'd rather not go in there just yet. Okay, that's the Corner Club. We're fine. Apparently the manor was in fact up here somewhere. Left or right? Let's go with this place first. Oh, wearing my... Yes. No, I'm not wearing my gloves. I think you're supposed to do the entire quest wearing those gloves, so let's just do that. I should have probably picked up some of those comberries back in the Lalu Plaza. I'm not sure you're allowed to harvest those.
Praise Vivek.
Coordinator. Okay. That should get me right where I need to go. I believe you can get some mini quests in there, by the way. If you want to, you can get them there. Deliver this thing for me, or could you steal this for me? Okay, Yingling Manor.
What is this about?
What's your story? May the wind be on your back.
I don't think it's here.
On your way.
Let me through.
Citizen.
Let's go down here. Ooh, basement. There is a basement here. And I want to use my master's lockpick. Fine, I'll use the Grand Master's lockpick. And I'll probably also have to use Caius' ring. Let's go with Caius' ring. Come on, I don't have too many of those. Ha. Okay. He has a prison cell down here. Lots of rats. Ow. Okay, Ingling's letter. So, Ingling, I must admit I was surprised by your request for funds to repair the House Lalu Temple in Vivek. Before our meeting last week, I knew only that you were an outlander and not a member of our temple. Once again, I asked you to forgive an old man for heeding false rumors. Now that I have met you, I'm sure that your motives are pure, and you can restore the temple to its former glory. House Lalu has neglected the temple in Vivek for many years, and it is in a state of disrepair. Given the difficulty of its restoration, I would be pleased to contribute 50,000 drakes for your efforts. That's a remarkable amount of cash. Art Cannon Sayoni. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, I think the Art Cannon is not going to be pleased with that. No, come on, let's use the ring. Anything good in here? I think there's technically money for the temple, so you know what? It's a corrupt person, so go. We'll kill all his game rats. Okay, that'll do. I don't think anyone will notice. I would like to get my ring back in order. So Kaiser's ring gets away, and the ring of Khajiit comes on. There it is.
Dunmer?
Move it. Okay, the foreign quarter would be somewhere over there, but I believe I just want to take a boat. I'm willing to pay the boats if they actually save me time here. If they do, I mean, I might just spend the same amount of time walking around the thing here. Looking for the boat person. Huh. there should be a boat person here. A gondolier, if you prefer that word. I do not know where. Apparently on this side. No. No boat person. Oh, there it is. Yeah. We have taken the entire round just to find this person right there. Is that? No, that's another island. Yeah, screw it. Take that then. Should get us to front quarter anyway. Okay, we're in the gloves. So the gloves are on. Not off, they're on. Okay, this... I just want to go to lower wasteworks, so this one should do. This one should absolutely do. And now we learned that this is the way to the bookstore. We'll also finally finish our Nassi's quest and go seek out the trainer in the arena section. Might want to go there anyway.
Care for some light reading?
You. I have found the corruption proof. Huh. I knew he was misusing some of the money, but it looks like he took almost all of it. Why, Inklinghaft was a bigger thief than any of us. I love that. Okay, what's the next thing? Okay, the Hlalu Council of Another Money wants Idril-Rathrion's land. I've actually seen that before as well.
Do you require my services?
I wish I had taken it back then. We'll have to use that guy here.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
I guess we'll have to cast this first. Well, we're generating vast amounts of magicka. Okay, Temple Library. That would be the Hall of Wisdom. Now I want to go there. Oh, actually picked the right door this time. For once, I was expecting this to be the Hall of Justice. The Library of Vivek. And the land lead was in the lower shelf somewhere.
Praise Vivek.
Also in the middle. Ah, there it is. By the grace of MCV, blah. Okay. No, I can't rest here. I should be able to rest in the temple. Okay. There should be a bed somewhere here.
Be at your service, Outlander.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
Okay, it's the only temple where you can't get a bed. Okay. I think I just got massively displaced. How strange. It's the justice offices. No, to go to Hall of Wisdom. We want to go to the Hall of Wisdom because I believe someone here might be willing to actually get us into Tholas Ioni's quarters. Not through the library.
What do you want?
Library, no.
Greetings. I am at your service.
Kind of nice to hear the auditors are all willing to help us now. Although you shouldn't really be too thrilled about that. To Cannon's quarters. Let's go there. Don't think that's the one.
Praise Vivek.
Okay.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
Praise Vivek.
Books. I've read that one. Okay, those are the saints. There's a lot of saints here. Okay, that's the Hall of Wisdom. That's a tiny office.
Honor me with your attention, Outlander.
Let's go this way. Cannon quarters. Nothing here.
A warm welcome to you.
Okay. I believe there's actually a way to the Arch Cannon as well. Library. Justice, High Fane. Milo's quarters, Hall Underworks, Cannon offices. Apparently not.
Praise
Ah.
Vivek. I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Okay, let's actually go to Milo's quarters and have a nap in there. Milo's quarters are somewhere in this area. So it should be here-ish. No, here-ish. Apparently not. Further south. Hall of Justice.
Welcome, citizen. How may I be?
Library. Cannon quarter. Milo's quarters. I'll rest here to level up. You wake. You hear something and sense the presence of another nearby. Oi! Yeah, this is the annoying bit. I'm not sure if Mara is going to return, but we'll now have to rest an hour for here. Okay. Yeah, this can actually stack up quite impressively once you get to that point when you actually have the assassins of the Brotherhood and the zombies, and I think they actually sent Ash Ghouls after you sometimes as well. I'm not sure how Dagoth's servants could get into the High Temple itself, but apparently they did. You there. I was just assaulted by an Ash zombie while taking an illegal nap in a quality, but don't care about that one. I was assaulted by an Ash zombie of Dagoth Ur. Nothing? Okay, fine. Look at me. Yeah. It was technically not my bad, but yeah. Wouldn't you know? However, this seems to have restored my health for some reason.
Impressive. These clothes suit you well.
What happened to the Ash zombie? Although this might also be the point that triggers all the dreamers to, or the sleepers to attack you. Now we want to go to Satanin and deliver that letter.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Then we'll probably also try to get to Dugganfail and get the Bitter Cup again. Or not again, we want to get it at all. Let's see, if I use the Divine Intervention. I could start with that.
What say you?
Okay. Now, levitation away. Another attempt would actually be to just recall back to Ovirith's grave. And then, actually no, we'll not walk that way. But I think it's quicker. That land lead is not going to do anything against me right now. It's not actually a heavy. Okay, the tower has not grown any further just yet. Can I have some of those hammers? Some lesser hammers as well. No. That's fine. Divine Intervention, please. Now, do I want my advancement or my training first? I think I... or my Telvanni advancement. I think I'll take the Thieves Guild stuff first. Okay. This one. Yeah. You there. Please take me to Balmora.
Please go ahead.
And then we'll take the Silsar to Satanin. I think, funnily enough, we might be able to. Where's Satanin? Okay, no, we can't LMC the dimension out of that. Should end us up in Vivek. We might get lucky with the Divine Intervention, though. Only one way to find out, really. Okay. I don't feel like walking back to Satanin. I've walked the distance once in my stream preparation when I tried to get back to level 3. I think it was 3 when I started this game again for the mod pack. So yeah, it's not an eventful walk actually. Although you do want to be a bit careful when you...
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
yes, I know the gloves. You do want to be careful on the way, just in case you run into any accumulations of things. Okay, Rethrion. Not you. Probably not you. Yeah, Elderfear. Boy. Let's not go swimming right now. Hello, Fargoth. But your ring, it kind of disappeared in the Red Mountain. Okay, where is Indrelrath? Are you? Yes, you. Wait, you. Have that. It belongs in your hands. Oh wow, so somebody has heard about those gloves. Wonderful. Okay, that'll do.
These clothes suit you well. Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
I think the guards are kind of failing to actually cross that bridge. Might want to get smarter ones. Also, apparently my frame rate is currently going down, or at least the bitrate. Oh, no, it's back. Now it is back. Lost some frames there. Sorry about that. Weren't interesting though. We were just walking back and forth. Okay, I want to go to Balmora, I guess. Okay, from here it's back to South Morrowind and back to Vose.
Welcome, friend. You're nearly a legend around here. Please, talk.
Okay. You.
Oh, greetings. How do you do? Maybe talk?
Travel me to South Morrowind.
How delightful. Welcome.
Okay.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet.
Down there. Careful. Ow. And from here we want to go.
What say you? I am honored. Truly. How may I help you?
What did I want to do now? Right.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Okay. I think we'll just have to get another promotion for the temple. Just been looking up Tholas Ione. But yeah, I think it's just we still have plenty of promotion points basically from the quests we did, because we have actually finished all of the temple quests except the ones from Tholas Ione. Nobody is willing to give us any more tasks, although I guess nothing can be done anymore. Since you cannot actually join the ranks of the Divine, although it would be nice. But why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they go, yeah, find us those things from Daggerthir, and then we'll set you up as the 4th member of the temple. So we'll have Elm CV Ner, or Ner Elm CV, or any other combination with Nereva in it. Okay, let's go to Telmora. Telbranora. Let's actually go here first. We're supposed to find Felin Marion's staff, so let's do that. There's also a little bit of a mini quest, quite a mini quest, but it's a minor job, which is finding and killing. I say finding. It's not difficult to find them. They were right over there somewhere. Okay, Telbranora. But we want to find Felin Marion, and we'll steal his staff. It's not as impressive as my staff, but apparently it's wanted somewhere, so we'll have to provide it. Anything else in Telbranora? Don't think there was. Although we might as well ask Mistress Dratha. Was it Dratha? No, it was not Dratha. And since we're about to attack a bunch of mages, I'm going to burn through a bit of mana here. Come on, let me through. Tree. Okay, this vegetation is apparently clearly hostile to me.
If there's something I can do, I am humbly at your service.
I'll just take the exit. And we'll levitate to the upper tower another way. Okay, let's get up here first. There was somebody here I'm looking for. Though he does wander a bit, so might not always be at the same time. Okay, Cliff hasn't noticed me. There's the upper tower, in which we need to... I think that's where I want to be. Lower tower. I'm going to find Felin Marion, who I believe is basically close to Mistress... Would you let me through? Let me through.
Welcome you freely, Outlander.
Okay, I think it's in Therena's chambers, which we do need to conquer in flight. Are you Felin? Yes, you're Felin Marion, and your staff is
Sell you today.
it used to be here. Used to be here. Can you sell some spells? Ooh, nice. Actually buy those spells because we have too much money anyway. Anything else I need? Could get a bound shield. Ah, there's his staff. We want to steal that. Okay, can I see it from there? Okay, that might work, or it might fail horribly. Do you know what's coming now? We want to use telekinesis. Is that 5 feet? Ah, we're too far away. Okay, that didn't go as planned. That did not go as planned. But I think it should work. I believe he turned around at the worst moment. He turned around at the worst moment possible. Okay. We'll actually use a ring of surroundings as well. A ring of surroundings, there it is. Probably is the amulet of surroundings rather. Amulet of shadows. Am I 100% chameleon now? Yes, it stacks. Wonderful. So I should actually be pretty much invisible. Never gives you complete invisibility, but at least it's getting close. Can I take that now? Yes. There we go. Ow. Okay. Also, I think Ferrana wanted the Drake's Pride robe. Let's check our quest log. Before I squander any more mana here. No, Master Neloth. Fleshmade Hole. Mistress Drafa. Okay, close that. Levitation. Levitation. Okay, where is Mistress Dratha? Not here. Therana, rather. Oh, she's up. Not up there. Oh, you. There's Therana. I think she removed this. Do you have any chores for me? Okay, have you ever heard of Oriel's bow? I heard it's made of ebony and smells of boiled ash yams. Okay, what about it? Okay. So apparently, she wants a bow that smells faintly of air. Okay, we'll not question Therana. She wants his bow. Okay, I'm not sure if that's actually Ariel's bow. The avid player of Skyrim remembers that bow from the expansion. And I believe it should actually not be found here. Considering... Wait, wait. Considering what it was and where it's hidden. I mean, if it's hidden by the snow elves, those have already died in this game. So the Falmer have already been turned. So, yep, this should not really be a thing. It should not be findable here. It should still be sitting somewhere in the Lost Valley and waiting for some fool to discover it. Stupid cliffers, I hate those. Yeah, fall through the floor now. Get. Where is that? There is a special guard here. It's not you.
Welcome, friend. I feel as
Was it Telbran? Alright, it might have been Telmora as well. Yeah, it might have been Telmora. Oh no, it's here. These guys here are people you want to eventually attack. But I would like to get the quest for that first. Did he fall down? I would hope not. He's usually wandering around on that tower. That's why I'm looking for him here. But he might have fallen down somewhere. You know, with no railings on those towers, that's actually quite a possible fate to befall one. Especially with that everywhere. Ow, too high. Okay. I mean, there are some ratings here. Just not exactly safe. Huh. Where is he? Shouldn't be this fellow, but we'll ask him anyway. Hello there. No. Okay.
May you find me worthy of your friends.
Oh, there he is. Outlander, would you like to earn some gold? Take care of Terrana Dayland for me. She's a petty annoyance, but Mistress Terrana won't let me leave the tower to take care of her. Don't be fooled by her thugs. The arm was impressive, but there's not much inside it. Kill Terrana Dayland, and I will pay you 1,000 gold. You realize the Morrowind at least paid me 500 for a live? Oh well. Now this is the person we are supposed to kill. I would prefer to use my spear for that. Actually, that's less than 200 per life. Okay. She really likes me. Okay.
I'm very happy.
This is too easy.
Well, these guys really are weak. You really couldn't take care of that yourself. Ooh, glass staff. I'll have that. Also, that arm is not exactly impressive. Where'd that arrow come from? Sadly, I did not manage to sap enough magic off that. Oh well, at least not as much as I had hoped. What? There's 1,000 gold waiting for me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure it's actually a good idea to have your name mentioned in front of Mistress Terrana. Terrana? Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I should have probably attacked the sorceress last. This should have thrown some decent spells at me. Okay, where is the boat? There. Nice little fishing outposty bit around the outskirts of Tel Branora. Although you'd think the mistress of the tower would do something about that eyesore. Most of that stuff is actually filler material, so there's no point in actually going in any of those and harassing the
What do you want?
poor folks that live in there. I would like to go to... fine, to Saramara. Does anyone remember how much the bitter cup weighed? I'll actually go turn in the I'll turn in this staff first. Ow. So yeah, staff goes first, and then we'll go and take the bitter cup. The staff basically is the same as our Staff of War. There, Tall Highlander, or Big Highlander. I have the stuff. Oh, really? Yeah, sell it. 250. Oh well, we got a telekinesis ring. It would have helped me before. Could you advance me? Woohoo, we're now the mastermind. I like that. What's your background? She can also train me, I don't know in what. Nothing I really want training in. Anyway, let's get some jobs. Jobs. Okay, we've done that, we've figured those out, yep. So, gentleman's Jim Stacy. He's the last person to give us jobs. And we're working on those. Right, now we have to steal the bitter cup. Well, that's not exactly steal, it's more salvaging it, really. I mean, it's not technically in possession of anyone, so yeah, we're good to go. You want to stop by in Vos first? I think I do. Let's take a brief detour. We'll go to Vos, then we'll go to the Ahemusa camp, and then we might go to Aldrania. I might in fact use my second Windwalker, or Windwalker scroll. 10 more up, please. I think Master Iron is also going to be very happy with us joining the council. Okay, I'll travel there. I would like to go to Vos.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
What else did I need to do? Nothing really. I love this area though. I'd much rather have my tower here. We'd probably even have a chance of people passing by and admiring it. Or even moving in, although not in the main tower bit, that's mine. But where it's also not going to be completely devastated by frickin' ash storms. And I'd hope the tower is ash-proof. I'll have to go around the Lake Armor at some point again and tower some of the Comberry there. It's good stuff, it makes a decent ingredient for magic and restore potions. Okay, I would like to drink a potion here. We sell those 6 house amulets. Let's do that. Let's practice our alteration skill a bit. It is in need of practice, so yep, let's use this chance. And of course we could also benefit from alchemy, but for now we're fine. Down and up and around.
Friend, I feel as though I should know you.
Okay. We can buy Silver Staff of Peace from most Telvanni enchanters. You have found a mouth to represent you on the council. As a protege, Fast Eddie will do chores for you. I'm pleased to see my protege rise so quickly through the ranks of House Telvanni. Soon it will be time for your advancement to the rank of Master. Please accept this glove. That's the second of Aaron's glove. So the first successful enchantments. He's pretty good at those. Okay, the other great houses have also built strongholds without the Duke's charter. Well, Telvanni can defend our holdings, the other houses cannot. I want you to visit the Hlalu stronghold of Rethan Manor and retire to Hlalu noble Rethan, okay. On the Odai Plateau. Okay, go there and kill him. That's totally fine.
A warm welcome to you.
Okay. This time I will actually not Elm Sieve intervention away.
A warm welcome to you.
I want to go to the Ahemusa camp. Should be smack north. Jump on this. Drop on that. Drop on this bit. Just a bit too high. Okay, I'm at least glad we get new chores from our master. Okay, there's a Daedric ruin. I think we've already... No, we've not been to that. I'm not going to it now, though. Love this tree. Someone told me what those are. Actually, I think they're supposed to exist more, to be very popular at the High Elves. In Somerset. Ooh, a scamp. Look at that, a scamp. Little rascal. Die. Some wickweed. I'll have that. I think it restores your health. It does quite worth it. There's the Ahemusa camp. There's a cave. I think that's the egg mine. Is it? Might be. Something is angry at me. Ah, just a shark. Is that? No, that's not Corkbot Brood. Okay, let's see. The Ahemusa. Okay. In the past 7 nights I had dreams of a white guar. I know this to be an animal sent by the gods to help my tribe. We have been suffering greatly from disease, and none of my magic will cure the ailment. Find this white guar for us, stranger. Let it lead you to a new hope for my people. I will try to find it. I knew you would one. Go now. I'm certain that it will appear for you. In my vision I saw where the path was forked, where rocks grew from the earth like fingers on a hand. I know where this place is, but I'm not sure where to best... I know it's in the vicinity here. Okay, Are you the wise woman? No. What about... Okay, I can't actually give you a thoughtful gift either. Can I get to the wise woman's yurt? Can I just go in here? I would like to arrange a meeting. Okay, so... She's in the Favel tomb, west of the camp. Okay, just west of the camp and along the coast, past the ruins. Okay, that's as good as Skink in the Shadows will get it. That's a Shulk. There's two of them here. Thanks for your help, everyone. Okay, so past that ruin. Also find a way here. Look out for white guar. Fun fact, I've never done this quest before, because I have found this place where the road forks, but I never found it again. So then I got this quest and I was like, I've seen this place, I know where it is. And then I've never found it again. Okay, where is the white guar? Something white there, at least it looked like there was something right there. Who are you? Okay. I'll see if I can find those hides. Okay. Huh.
May I help you?
I hope he hasn't actually hunted a white guar. That's a place where the road forks. Ah, look at that. There's the hand bit, and there's a white guar. I should have probably just followed the road. I should have probably just followed the road, as opposed to going basically wherever. Okay, you're the white guar. Okay. I hope it's not going to be attacked by anything. I'm not comfortable escorting something that moves on its own. If it follows me, it's okay, because then I can just wait. I can run ahead of it, and it's fine. But if it runs ahead of me, I don't like the idea. Okay, come on, move it. I like the white guar. Can I have a pack guar? Might be better than a pack rat. There wasn't a lid over there. I'm trying to dodge that. That sounds like a cat. I'm not sure if you can hear it. The white guar sounds like a cat. It purrs a bit. Kind of cute. Okay. Thank you, white guar. That's a golden saint. That is a golden saint over there. Soul trap time. Why would a golden saint stand out here? Why would a golden saint have a glass jink blade? Ow. Do you have any cure paralysis potions? Perchance? Also, what's the other glove from Arion doing? It's a Dominator and that's the Helper. Ooh. 3 Atronax? Really? I'm impressed. I should have probably used that before I got stabbed by things. On the right side, it should use the charges very, very quick. I'll have that, thank you. that, I'll drop that. Thank you, White Guar. It's very nice Guar, isn't it? Unlike this elite, which is a jerk. Quite sure it was going to be the next Hitler. Can I actually heal that? Oh, it's fully healed. Nice. Is that tomb? I don't think it is. It should just be a cave. Let's heal ourselves as well. Where did that go? Here. I also think Conjuration is one of those schools that you certainly need some base training in, because all the useful spells are actually quite expensive and have very low chance of success if you don't have the proper training. Okay, and this... I know you'll attack me, so... There. Oi! There was this very, very well hidden cave, Zanit. Not going in there. There's going to be one more fun quest about with those, and I'm not looking forward to that either. Is the White Guasel sitting there? Yeah, I think it is. It would make sense for the White Guard, or for the required Hope of the Hamusa to be a... that's the tomb we're looking in. To be where it is, and to be here. Because I think that's the one thing they really need. Cure Blight. Okay, let's arrange a meeting. Okay, have 100 gold. Okay, Aurora's caught and escaped slave. I showed him kindness, I brought him food and water in secret. Okay, so we have to calm down an angry ancestor. And as much as I enjoy this very satisfying sound of a... or this meaty sound you get when you actually stealth kill something, I'm not sure it's appropriate for this. Also, yeah, spear skill hit 100. Actually had that already. I'm not comfortable with that sound being played when I actually kill a skeleton with that. So I think this is the spirit I'm supposed to kill. Or put to rest, rather. Okay. Yeah, 10 gold on him. And for some reason this place does not have as many Daedric Guardians as most other tombs we've been in lately had. Yeah, I think we're out of here. This whispering creeps me out. I've got to say it as it creeps me out. Okay. Wonderful. So that's sorted. We can actually return to the Ahimusa with very, very good news. We found that amulet. those are the... Those might be the fur thieves they were talking about.
You will suffer greatly. Stupid!
Okay. Any of you had those furs? No. Huh. Fine. No furs then. There are data worshippers over there. You can see several of them, or at least one of them there. Also, let's work on our blunt weapon mastery. Though I guess a better pick for that would actually be the Skull Crusher. But just in case, I'll try to get this one going. Fireproof Shulk. Go. So that. Don't think I want more Shulk resin, to be honest. It's of very little use to me. I think the only useful property we found out about it is or fortify something, health or magical or endurance. Some fortification effect I'm hardly ever using. Okay, once this thing has insufficient charges, we'll probably switch to the Skull Crusher. I just like having this staff ready. It does a fair bit of elemental damage. Okay, what's the name of that shrine? I think I've seen an entrance over here somewhere. Also, where did that Golden Saint Soul go into? It's not an Azura Star. That's good. We don't want the Azura Star yet. Although we can just use that soul gem over and over again. Okay, let's switch to the Skull Crusher. It also crushes Atronax. Nice. And it is now completely weightless to us as well, so we now have 15 weight units more to spend. Isn't that nice? Well, it is if you're a pack rat such as me. And refuse to carry less junk around. Yeah, for example, this stuff is something I absolutely don't need. I have a blunt weapon to train with, and everything's fine, but I keep holding on to it anyway. Around near the seal, eh? Okay. We'll ignore that. Some niche, look at those. Left them. Okay. Heal. I think there's another quest leading to the Ahamusa later, where they basically have to talk about them and then find out what they want, and that's how I know they. Oh, how I also know they do need the Cure Blight ability. And they're also not the most skilled alchemists, probably because they don't have access to those ingredients that actually help with curing blight and regular diseases. I think they actually ask you for that. They're like, yeah, what we need is actually magic in bottles, as they put it. Okay, you there. Are you the person? Yeah. You there. Stay. Stop. Just stand still for a moment. I have seen your journey in a vision. I know what the White Gua led you to, and I know who she was. In my vision I saw you were led to the corpse of Ashamanu. She was a healer many, many years ago. She gave her own life to save the lives of others. It is said that she will give her life again and again, so that others live through her sacrifice. You have witnessed the miracle, my child. You now hold the amulet of Ashamanu. You can have it. Thank you, child. This amulet will be salvation of my people. Take this in return. It is a shield of legend among my people, the shield of the undaunted. Use it and you will feel strength return to weary limbs. Travel well, friend. Thank you. Also, yeah, the Ayamusa have not stolen the hides there. South of here. What's that shield? It's apparently not very heavy. We now have a shield. It's also not very good, but at least it restores your fatigue. Two wise moments, yes. Can we arrange a meeting now? I think I'll have to lie here. Okay, wonderful. We will not report back to Skink right now, though. Let's head south on the coast. Can I have that pack, Gua?
Hail and welcome. Do you have
Can I
any news?
buy your Gua? Okay, south of here at the coast. The thing is, I'd probably not find the stupid trader again. So, although he was on the road west, so it should be possible to find him. I think they're there. Is that a one-handed weapon? It is. I can use a shield with that. I can totally use a shield with that. Okay, I think you are... I will actually use that shield here for now. Oh, okay. Okay, this is not working out in my favor. Okay, where's the second guy? Over there. I believe if you're better at fighting with a weapon, you'll also use less stamina for an attack. Do I have to kill the pack Gua? I don't want to kill the Gua. I love Gua. So where did that second guy die? Somewhere closer to water, I think. Here. Okay, so step one, we'll drop that shield again. I decided I don't want it. It's a bit too heavy for us right now. So shield, off you go. Little resty on the water. That's gonna be fine. Then I want to return those hides. I'll probably use the damn thing. Restore some stamina. Actually could do that. Get that shield back. I I think what I want to do is I want to see if I can use up a hammer. Where's the shield? There. Yeah, that's fine. I'm over encumbered. I know that. Also, by the way, am I now a master in House Telvanni? No, I'm still a wizard. Yeah, so they didn't promote you further until you actually meet those requirements. Okay, this hammer has been used up. And there's a very little charges. It's kind of annoying. But we are now at least unencumbered. I can just pick up new hammers if I get back to, once I recall back to Telvanni. Which I will once this entire, once the fortress has been constructed. And I wish Aaron had actually reminded me to start constructing my stronghold. Like, once he promoted me to his mouth, I wish he had said, yeah, you can also have a stronghold now. So do get this started in time. So I think I wanted to go west from here. Because roads. The war guy was on the road somewhere. Pretty sure it was this road. Yeah, sun's glaring. It is one of the cases where if you don't have a preferred recall position, it also comes in handy. Or it just comes in handy to use a mark and recall there. So I've found your hides. Okay, so Tel Mora and Bevan. For the rest, we need to get to Aldredania, which is here. I think it's time for the Windwalker scroll. So, scroll of the Windwalker. Wind form. Was it Windwalker last time? Screw it. Whee! I love this. We also need one more of those at least for a quest near the end of Tribunal. There's Sheogorath. This one here would be... Is that a fortress? I think it is. Yeah, this should be one of those fortresses. I think we've been on this one before. We'll ignore it though. Oh yeah, it's Rotharan. No, we've not been on that. We've been walking past it because it was a landmark. Okay, Sheogorath region. We need to go pretty much to the furthest west. Also, somewhere on here, you can find the quest of Sheogorath. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do we have slow fall? Ow. Okay, we're a bit too slow with that. A bit too slow. I should have used that as soon as the spell wore off. But at least we survived. And we now have an excuse to heal ourselves. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, one of those islands is supposed to also house the giant Netch. I think it's one of the smaller ones. I could look for that as well if I wanted to. Ow. I was hoping the scroll would last a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Would have been all we needed. Alas, it didn't, so yeah. Okay, I think we also had one of those water-walking scrolls here. Soul Rod, Gem Feeder, League Step, Zelen's Mist Slips. That's the one. Okay, there's the Sanctus Shrine, which we had to go to. Go past that. And just run. Use them scrolls while you can. Okay. Let's get back to Aldredania. And we need to find the fork of, what was it, this horriplication, whatever that is. I've actually looked that up and it's supposed to say goosebumps. It's like, that's what horriplication is. I wasn't aware of that, so it was interesting to me to learn that. It was what I've never heard before. But yeah, that fork is not easy to find. Well, it probably is, but let's not get into that. Also, there's a lot of Daedric shrines here. Not sure if they actually built the same way. Okay, my invisibility has worn off. Okay. Which one is that? Any famous one? I wouldn't know if any of those are famous. I know Al-Zotha was, I think, a bit famous because it was so close to Vivek. Actually, most of those are actually worth exploring. There's too many years to it, actually. But yeah, most of those are really worth exploring and very profitable as well. Those two fighting there? No. Would have been fun. Although I don't think the scamp would have really stood much of a chance. That's a Dremora. Or somebody around Daedric. Nope, it's a Dremora. It is totally a Dremora. I do not want to be caught here. Not that I care much, but I just don't feel like running in that. Okay, let's see apparel. Do I still wear Caius'? No, I don't still wear Caius' ring. So I want to remove that though, and get the Ring of the Wind back on. Okay, where is Aldredania? I think it's just down that way. I'm not sure if those creatures in there have respawned. There was a skeleton warlock also in there, right next to the bitter cup. But he had a unique staff, so I don't think he actually respawns. So this should mostly be just go in there, take the cup, and run out, or teleport out. I don't care. There's a cave here. That Sargon. I'm sure what Sargon is. It's an unusual name for a cave, though. Okay, Aldredania. This way. Is it this way? I think it is. That shouldn't be it. No, that's just a tomb. Is that a different... No, it's not a different island. Oh, there it is. We can spot it in the distance. And I really need to get my enchantment game on. Look like a golden saint. This is plant with the... with those other bits of another plant there. I almost thought it was a golden saint. Yeah, the one main reason is I'm not going to make too many enchanted items because we are already wearing most of the good ones, and I don't think I can do any better. Which I think is deliberate by the game. They're not letting you make any of those ultra powerful enchantments. Although it can get quite remarkable once you actually get to the high enchantment skill levels. But one of the main reasons for actually wanting a high enchantment skill is that it really cuts down the amount of charges you need for those magical items. Stupid cliff racer. Never saw it coming. Okay, things in here might have returned. Yeah. At least some things have returned. Okay, this guy apparently not. Or has he? No, that's the skeleton war wizard. Having a silver staff of war. I'll probably just put next to it. There's the bitter cup. Now we have the bitter cup. We'll pick it up. And we'll not work on the... I don't know. I don't think I want to work on the Sheogorath's Crest because I don't know which of those islands it is. And I don't really feel like looking through all of those. Also not going to search through most of the rest of this place again. So, right now it's time for a divine intervention, I think. Wonder how long my fortress is still going to take. Sadly, there's no real way of figuring out, unless of course you want to look it up and then go back in your journal to see when or which day you actually made this entry. Oh, Gnesis. Great. Actually, last place I want to be right now. Although, hello, Vaclav. Why would I say that? Actually, Gnesis is not that bad. Gnesis means we can go back to Balmora. No, we can't. But we can go to Aldrun. Oh, what was that? What was that? It's just another dialogue popping up. Oh, the second stage of my stronghold should be complete now. Not sure why. Why would it do that? Oh well. And the stronghold is now complete. Lovely. What the hell is a wagwan? Warriors Guild. upstairs.
What's
Did
your
you want
story?
I really thought this was the guild master here, but no, it's this person.
Here, Dunmer.
Let's talk about the bitter cup. Fine, have it.
Yes, what is
That
it?
worked out. Huh.
I have a feeling you and
I'm
I are
very
about
happy to make your
very
acquaintance.
Well, Scalbit, you're just talking to us from up there. Let's not worry about that too much. Okay, we have a few tasks that need doing. First off, we can actually move to Sadrith Mora and tell Skink in the Shadows that we have arranged a meeting. However, we can also turn both of the quests from the Master Thief in, which would also be very tempting. And we could... Oh, it's resist... Oh, also, what? Variable corpus disease? That would have been too weird. Don't need that. As a Dunmer, you really don't need fire resistance. I think you have like 75% of it anyway. So, yeah. We are pretty much fireproof.
Go ahead, please. Tell me.
Not magma proof though. A bit like Dwarf Fortress, there is a distinction between those two. I want to travel to Vivek actually. Okay.
Greetings to you.
Yeah, we'll turn the two Thieves Guild quests in, and then we'll go to Sadrith Mora,
Go ahead, please. Tell me
and
about yourself.
probably also ask for the third level of our fortress to be done. Although it might actually require us to be of the rank of Master. Down here. Upper wasteworks, lower wasteworks, cannon works. So this way, then down there, and down there. Oh, we could also do the
Do you need something?
east. It was the east. Don't forget it was the east. Yeah, I'm kind of careful with about saying things in languages I do not speak completely, which I would consider Odoman language to be part of that list.
Care for some light reading?
I think you brought your Nana already a few weeks ago.
The pleasure is all mine.
Do you require my service?
Stupid gloves. We were able to retrieve that indeed. Okay, she's likely to betray us too, but only if she thinks we think she won't. Okay, let's ignore that. We also have returned this deed. What's the next mission for the Baal Mulagma? One of our brothers stole from the wrong man. Return the blade of Anamor. From Zalin Sarethi, who we have talked in the past. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that, earn respect. Okay, a blade and a note. And we also need a new job here. Okay, Rundi's woman. Okay, so that's inside of Mora as well. I'm not sure that's a topic you should bring up here.
What do you think of our city?
I want to go to the Hall of Justice. Where was the guy here? It was in the Justice offices. This one?
May you find me worthy of your attention.
Okay, I think we now have to just bother him until he attacks us. We must not do the first attack. I do actually have my... I don't have my Legion stuff. Okay, will he attack me? Like, seriously, attack me! Okay, he won't attack me, so this quest will not be sorted out. What else was there to do here?
Praise Vivek.
Nothing, I think. Okay.
What say you?
Okay, we have the Boots of the Apostle. But if you're wondering why those are those very, very odd numbers here, like 218 charges, I think that's basically because we get a small discount for our enchantment skill, with skill being probably the wrong word to describe it. But yeah, it's a small discount on the charges you get. Can I go through there? No. I have to float through that gateway. Actually, we wouldn't have to, but we did it. Also, what's this blade he gave us? That's a steel dagger. Not sure why that would be a thing that needs to be replaced, but fine. It's not even better than a regular steel dagger either.
You have something to say, Dumner?
Okay, I think this guy actually drives you to Sadrith Mora as well. So, Mr. Hlan, take me to Sadrith Mora. Also, I think after those quests are done, we might as well join, or after the Thieves Guild quests are done, we might even join the Fighters Guild and rise up there quite massively quick, because, let's face it, I think they actually value spear fighting. And, okay. And we have 100 spear skills, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Farah's hole in the wall. Where is that again? I think it was nearby. Farah's over there. Also, this was not worth a diary entry. So the game kind of forces you to actually listen to read through dialogue. Now, how many Dunmer are in here? One Dunmer woman. Two.
Is there something I can do for you?
Well, that's Okay, how about you tell me about Rundi's woman? Falina Laren. Notice this one here. Okay, so okay, Rundi inside with Mora. Oh, what? There are even more women here.
May I help you? Do be careful what you put in the chat there, please. Is there a Warriors Guild here? Is there a Warriors Guild in Sadrat Mora? Probably be in the Wolverine Hall, all things considered. So let's go there.
Well,
Fun fact: I think we've never actually been this high in the guild in this hall. I think the Warriors Guild would be somewhere else.
greetings.
Hello there. Do you have any yeah, this way is no use to us. If we go further down, Imperial Shrine, Hall. Further down, would that be the Warriors Guild? Fighters Guild. Ha! The first time we've been here.
What's your story?
On your
Rundi, I would like to. Yeah, that was easy. Okay. So that's 2 of the 3 Thieves Guild, Fighters Guild people we have taken care of. Actually, we don't want to go in
seem like
there.
very good company.
Ah! Might want to get away from that door, my friend. Okay, there's the next quest we can sort out here.
Share your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
Seems a bit more crowded than usual. Probably because everyone's standing on
Only friend.
this side of the room. We have arranged a meeting. Okay, fine. Okay, in Shal. Go to the right and north along the road. That would actually be very useful to do.
I must say, I find you most interesting right now. Please go ahead.
Could you all shut up? Thank you. That would be useful to do because I think the propellant index we need is also this is Laoad. There's also Hlormar in here. We're supposed to get one of those indices. Then there's the Odai Plateau, so if we go there, we might as well sort out a whole lot of quests. A whole lot being 3, and it's better than nothing. Okay. Somehow she arrived here before me. Probably not too difficult for her. She might have Divine Intervention Scrolls, or she might have just made her way directly here and not faffed around like I did. Any other quests we need to do in here? We did that. Okay, I would like you to take me to Aldrune. Because I think we need to go to Ghost Gate again. And return that blade and do something else was there as well. We needed to take care of something in Ghost Gate.
How about sharing?
Of course, I totally forgot to. Ask if I could do the 3rd stage of my fortress already as well. Okay. Let's head to the Ghost Fence now.
Ah, friend.
Alright, we were supposed to steal a bow from there. That way we should actually be quicker. I mean, Ghost Gate is not too hard to find. You just follow the Ghost Fence and you'll eventually get there. What's the next rank in the guild? Thieves Guild. We need... Oh yeah, next rank is the Master Thief. So, one more rank and we'll actually be at the top of the line. Also, I think that's a dreamer. We'll be ignored by those cliff racer gits. But he will not ignore us. Once he sees us, he'll actually probably go to attack. Will he? No, he will not. Okay. I don't know why they won't attack me. I'll not complain though. I'm fine with them not attacking me. Shrine. Trauma root. I think that would be nice to have. Of course not this one. Where's the Ghost Fence? This way. We've gone that way before, so should not be too dangerous. Just walk through that stupid fortress. Yeah, that's the way to the Ghost Fence. How many charges does the Ring of the Khajiit still have? Also, what's my enchantment skill doing? 19. We're slowly getting it up by just using enchanted items. And of course, we're practicing with the most powerful stuff that currently exists in Vardenfell. Except that bow. I would totally like an artifacted bow. Not just Sil Sepinul's bow and biter bow. Shut up, Cliff Racer. Huh. Totally missed my invisibility wearing off. There's the droning sound of the Ghost Fence, which which I suppose would drive the people stationed at the ghost wall, ghost fence, at the temple there nuts. It would probably drive me nuts to constantly hear that droning noise. I know that's a lot of potential marksmanship training that's we're missing out on just because we don't kill all those cliff racers. But I really don't feel like bothering with them right now. Just want to get my quest sorted, you know. Earn respect. I'm afraid I'll have to put you in timeout. Oh shit. So there we go. There's the ghost gate, not ghost fence. Ghost gate was the name. And here we're supposed to find Silencerethi. Where was that? Here. In Ghost Gate. I think it was down somewhere. I think it was down here. Although I might be on the wrong tower.
Do you seek training? I see this land suits you. We welcome.
Silencerethi.
I feel as though
Where would his personal chest be? Okay. Let's see. Enamor needs to go back, and we also need to add this note. Journal, custom armor, decoded message. What was the note for Silencerethi? We can also read that first. The most highly esteemed Sergio Silencerethi. A fellow thief stole from you. While the daring of this act recommends the thief, the target of the theft does not. The blade animal has been returned to its proper owner without apologies. Bal Malak. Gotta say, Jim Stacy is really trying hard. Also, of course, this would be a crime.
I see this land suits you.
And now we are also supposed to steal...
Feel the training.
Let me through. Also supposed to steal...
How can I be
Bow.
of service to you, Outlander?
Let's see. House Telvanni. Ariel's bow. Ralin Othravel. Couldn't I just drop, like, the Sepinel's bone bite bow with an ash yam? That'll sort it out as well.
What do you want?
That's glass stick. Can I sell you another one? No. How much money do you have? Not a lot. Will that probably put me over the weight capacity? Especially because that's... I'll probably try to sell this
Know you.
additional hammer. Or we'll sell something else here. Who knows? Glass shield. That'd be nice for the Skull Crush to work with. It's also very expensive, so we could trade that for a whole lot of other stuff. Let's actually do that. Well, the kite and shield, I know that would of course be lighter, which I believe has no impact on the blocking with it. And again, if I bought this, I could not buy... Yeah, let's buy this and sell those things in exchange. So that, and does he also buy other things? Like, are you interested in buying this shield here? And well, I've got to keep that ring. Quite sure the Artifact Museum is going to be interested in that. Would you like to buy? No, you don't buy those. I can't really blame him for that. All this glass stuff here. So expensive. Do you happen to know where the... No. Okay.
What is it, Sarah?
Not here, I guess. There's a random boy and Omega. Retheron. What's the name again? Ralin Othravel. He's not here. Aha! More spear skill. Oh, I think that's... No, it's not the same one. I thought it was the same book we read already. Ooh, the Hope of the Redron. We haven't read this one. One of the few magical arts in the Psychic of Utter Aeum have kept themselves away from the common spells and schools of the Mage's Guild is the gift of divination. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, omens and prophecies abound in Tamriel. Some of substance, others of pure folly, and still others so ambiguous as to be unverifiable. There are still other prophecies kept secret. From the prophecies of Drogizard and elsewhere to the Narrowreign and Morrowind, to the Elder Scrolls themselves. The Northern nobility have a tradition of having omens read for their children. In general, these readings are of the obscure variety. One of my acquaintances told me that her parents were told, for example, that their daughter would have her life rescued by a snake, and so gave her the name Serpentkin in a special ceremony. And this young lady, Aria Volker Serpentkin, was indeed saved by a snake many years later. When an assassin creeping on her stepped on a Darnsvern viper. Okay. Occasionally, omens seem to be almost purposefully misleading, as if Boethia had crafted them as traps. I recall one particularly. Many years ago, a male child was born into House Redoran. It was a very difficult birth, and the mother was delirious and near death by the time it was over. She chanted just as her son came into the world, and she passed from it. Fortune had smiled this day, not frowned. My child will be mighty in mind and in arm. He shall bring hope to House Redoran. Neither spell nor blade shall hurt the man. Nor illness nor poison cause any harm. His blood shall never drop on the ground. The boy, named Anders, was indeed extraordinary. He never was ill and never suffered so much as a scratch all through his childhood. He was also quite intelligent and strong, which, combined with his invulnerability, caused many to call him, after his mother's omen, the Hope of the Redoran. Of course, any one who is called the Hope of the Redoran will eventually develop some taint of impertinence. And it wasn't long before he had enemies. His worst enemy was his cousin Athin, who had borne much abuse at the hands of Anders. By the way, you might remember Athin, a Redoran councillor. Primary among the grudges was that Athin had been sent to Rehad to complete his education at Anders' insistence. When Athin returned from Hammerfell, it was because of the death of his father, who had also been a councillor of the house. Athin was old enough to take his seat in the council, but Anders claimed the seat as well, saying that his cousin had been gone too long from Morrowind and didn't understand the politics as he did. The majority of the house agreed with Anders, wanting to see the Hope of Redrun rise quickly. Athen exercised his right to combat his cousin for the seat. No one thought he had any chance of winning, of course, but the battle was scheduled to commence in the following morn. Anders warred and dined and drank with the councillors that night, confident that his place in the house was secured and the hopeful new dawn of House Redrun was rising. Athen retired to his castle with his friends, Anders his enemies, and his servants he had brought from Hammerfell. Athen and his friends were discussing the duel morosely when one of his old teachers, a warrior called Shardik, came into the hall. She had grown quite proud of her student over the years in Hammerfell, proud enough to accompany him across the Empire to his family's lands, and wanted to know why they had so little confidence in his odds in the battle. They explained to her Anders' uncommon blessings and the nature of his mother's omen. If he can't be harmed by disease, poison, magicka, and his blood can never be spilled, what hope have I of ever besting him? Cried Athen. Have you remembered nothing I taught you? Replied Shardi. Is there no weapon you can think of that will slay without blood? Are swords and spears and arrows the only items in your arsenal? Athen quickly realized the weapon Shardi was speaking of, but it seemed absurd. Not only absurd, but pathetic and primitive. Still, it was the only hope he had. All that night, Shardi trained him in the art and techniques, showing him the various swings and stances your people had developed in Albion Gora, counterattacks, feints, and blocks imported from Yokuda. The classic one and two-handed grips for the most ancient weapon in history. The cousins faced one another the next morning, and never have two combatants looked so unevenly matched. Anders' entrance brought a great cheer, for not only was he much beloved as the hope of the Redrun, but as his victory was a foregone conclusion, most wanted to be in the good standing with him. His shining mail and blade drew admiration and awe. By contrast, Athen drew a gasp of surprise and only a smattering of polite applause. He appeared costumed and armed like a barbarian. As Shardi had suggested, Athen allowed Anders to attack first. The hope of the Redrun was eager to finish the battle and take the power he deserved quickly. The blade pushed by Anders' mighty arm slashed across Athen's chest, but shallowly, and before it could be counterswung, Athen knocked it back with his own weapon. When Athen attacked and wounded Anders, the hope of the Redrun was so surprised by being hurt for the first time in his life, he dropped his sword. The less said about the end of the battle, the better. Suffice it to say that Athen, wielding a simple club, battered Anders to death without spilling a drop of blood. Athen took his father's seat as councillor, and it was then said that the hope in the omen referred to Athen, not Anders. After all, had Anders not tried to take the councillor seat away from his cousin, Athen, being not very ambitious, might have never tried to get it. It can certainly be argued that way, I suppose. Yeah, fun book. And I believe it also tells you that Athen Sarethi is in fact a very, very good person at the blunt weapon. And I think it also hints that maybe, and don't quote me on that, but maybe, the Grandmaster Teacher for the blunt weapon is also in his house. So we should probably look out for Shardi and House Zarethi. Also have to look through here. I think this will be the quickest way through this place. Hello, Uvu Laren. Do you have more? No more duties for me here. I wonder who dropped all his stuff. I would not have needed to buy a new shield here. It was totally unnecessary. I had a glass shield here. Yeah. I feel so silly now.
Welcome, friend. Are you the one?
Let's go to the bottom level here, which should be this way, maybe? Maybe? Ghost Gate. Yeah, this is down. Okay.
I don't know where to begin.
Now, Forest Thirano.
Welcome, friend. Are
Theron
you the one
Veron.
I talk about? I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
It's a wooden door with a very good lock. I wonder what's behind there. Stream 270. We can also get away from those things and use the bracers again. Of course, we'll also go with Caius's ring. Because we are going to pick a pretty good lock, and I want this to be not too much of a waste on my lockpicks. So this and Caius's ring. Come on. Okay. So there's some ebony stuff here, and nothing else really.
Yes, citizen.
I wonder if I can bluff my way through here as a temple official as well. Okay, give me the local map. We have been through all of those rooms now, I think. We have been in here. There is no magnificent bow here.
Welcome, friend. Are you the one I've heard talk about?
Especially because... also why... oh yeah, because we still have to return that, or to turn that quest in. We're looking for... How's Telvanni? Flashbait Hole, Slave Rebellion, Strong... Ariel's Bow. Okay. Rallin Oath Ravel. No book to read. Wonderful. I don't think I've ever read this one. The castle would hold. No matter the forces, the walls of Cascavel Hall would never fail. But that was small consolation for Menegur. He was hungry. In fact, he had never been so hungry. The well at the atrium of the fortress supplied him with enough water to hold there until the Fourth Era, but his stomach reminded Menegur minute to minute that he needed food. The wagon load of supplies mocked him. When his army, the forces of King of Solitude, had left Cascavel Hall, and he had manned the battlements as a rearguard to protect their retreat, they had left the wagon behind to supply him with enough food for months. It was not until the night after they left that he inspected the larder and found that nothing edible was in the wagon. Trunk after trunk was filled with net armor from the army's incursion into Morrowind. Apparently his Nord confederates had assumed that the lightly opaque material was hard tack and as pick. If the Dunmer whose caravan had been raided knew about this, they would never be able to stop laughing. Menegur thought that his fellow mercenary and kinswoman Erin would have found this amusing as well. She had spoken with great authority about netch leather, being an expert of swords on light armor, but she had made a point to mention that it could not be eaten like other leather in occasions of hardship. Can you eat leather? It was a pity she couldn't be there to enjoy the irony. Menegur thought savagely. She had returned to Morrowind even before the king's army had left, preferring a life as a wanted fugitive to a free existence in the court of Skyrim. All the weeds in the courtyard had been devoured by the rearguard's 16th day manning Cascavel Hall. The entire castle had been scoured, rotten tubes in the mulch pile found and consumed, a dusty bouquet in the countess's bedchamber eaten. Almost every rat and insect, but the most cunning infesting the castle walls, had been tracked down and gobbled up. The castellan's chambers, filled with acrid, inedible larbooks, had yielded up a couple of crumbs of bread. Menegur had even scraped moss from the stones. There was no denying it. He would be dead from starvation before his army returned to break the ranks of the enemies who surround the fortress. The worst part, said Menegur, who was taken to talking to himself only on the second day alone in the castle, is how close sustenance is. A vast arbor of golden apples stretched acre after acre near the castle walls. Sunlight cast a seductive gleam on the fruit, and the cruel wind carried sweet smells into Cascavel to torture him. Like most Bosmer, Menegur was an archer. He was a master of long and medium distance fighting, but in close quarters, as as he would be if he dared to leave the castle and enter the enemy camp in the arbor, he knew he would not last long. At some point he knew he would have to try. But he had been dreading the day. It was upon him now. Menegor put on the netch armor for the first time, feeling the powdery, almost velvet texture of the rendered leather against his skin. There was almost a barely perceptible throb, which he recognized as remnant of nematocysts of the netch's venomous flesh, still tingling months after its death, with domesticated poison. The combination made him feel energized. Erin had described the sensation perfectly, or just as she had explained how to defend himself by wearing netch leather armor. Under cover of night, Menegor crept out of the black gate of the castle, locking it behind him with a rather cumbersome key. He made for the arbor as quietly as he could, but a passing sentry coming behind a tree saw him. Remaining calm, Menegor did as he remembered Erin had instructed, only moving after the attack had been launched. The sentry's blade glided against the armor and knocked to the left, throwing the young man off balance. That was a trick, as he understood it. You had to be prepared to be hit, and merely move with the blow, allowing the membranous armor to divert the injury away. Use your enemy's momentum against him, as Erin used to say. There were several more close encounters in the arbor, but each swing of an axe and each thrust of a sword found purchase elsewhere. With handfuls of apples, Menegor ran the gauntlet back to the castle. He locked the back gate behind him and fell into an orgy of eating. For week after week, the boss must stowed out to gather his food. The guards began anticipating his raids, but he kept his schedule irregular and always remembered when attacked to wait for the blow, accept it, and then turn. In such a way, he lived and survived his lonely vigil in Cascable Hall. 4 months later, as he was preparing for another siege of apples, Menegor heard a loud clamour at the front gate. Surveying the group from a safe distance on the battlements, he saw the shields of the King of Solitude, his ally the Count of Cascable, and their enemy the King of Faerun. Evidently, a truce had been called. Menegor opened the gates, and the combined armies flooded the courtyard. Many of the knights of Faerun sought to shake the hand of the man they had named the Shadow of the Arbor, expressing their admiration at his defensive skills and apologizing good-naturedly for their attempts to slay him. Only doing their job, you know. There's hardly an apple left on the vine, said the King of Solitude. Well, I started on the edges and worked my way in, explained Menegor. I brought back extra fruit to tempt the rats out of the wall so I could have a little meat as well. We've spent the last several months working out the details of the truce, said the king. Really quite exhausting. At any rate, the Count will be taking back possession of his castle now. There's a small detail we need to work out. You're a mercenary and as such responsible for your own expenses. If you had been a subject of mine, things might be different, but there are certain old rules of law that must be respected. Menegor anticipated the strike. The problem is, the king continued, you've taken a good deal of the Count's crop while here. By any reasonable computation, you've eaten an amount equal to and likely exceeding your mercenaries' wages. Obviously, I wouldn't want to penalize you for the excellent job you've done defending the castle in uncomfortable circumstances, but you agree that it's important that we observe the old rules of law, don't you? Of course, replied Menegor, accepting the blow. I'm delighted to hear that, said the king. Our estimation is that you owe the Count of Cascable 37 imperial gold, which I will gladly pay to myself, with interest, after the autumn tide harvest, said Menegor. There is more left on the vine than you suggest. The Kings of Solitude and Faerun, and the Count of Cascable stared at the bossman. We agreed to abide by the strictest old rules of law, and I've had time to eat a great many books over the time you were making your truce. In 3E246, during the reign of Uriel IV, the Imperial Council, in an attempt to clear up some questions of property rights in Skyrim during those chaotic days, decreed that any man without a liege who occupied a castle for more than 3 months would be granted rights and titles of that estate. It's a good law, of course, meant to discourage the absent and foreign landlords. Menegor smiled, feeling the now familiar sensation of a glancing strike diverting. By the rule of law, I am now the Count of Cascable. The rearguard's son still holds the title of Count of Cascable, and he grows the finest, most delectable apples in the Empire. What a fun story. Love that. Okay, I'll just start going through those chests here, because screw it. Not with a good lockpick. Okay, that's just some close that. Those doors are displacing me. Mineral armor.
Welcome, friend. Are you the one I've heard talk about?
You mean the weird guy who keeps unlocking all the locks? That might be me. Okay, where's that stupid bow?
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
I believe those are basically guest beds, or at least they
Welcome,
might be.
friend. Are you the one I've heard talk about? I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Okay, I have no idea where this guy is. Pass the Passenger Ghost Gate. Coordinator. Not you.
Welcome, friend. Are you the one I've heard talk about?
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander. I see this land suits
You.
We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Okay. So that's the guy I'm supposed to steal a bow from. Okay.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
So he's not going to give me that bow. I think I can do to help him. Okay, he's not willing to hand it over.
Yes,
That's a shame.
how do you do? I see this land suits you.
I will not kill an alternator. At least not for that. We may have to kill them later on. But for now, I'm not going to give it up. I'm not going to use it. Until to kill him. But since our fortress is done now, let's actually go there. In order to do that, we use the recall spell, which we have right here. Okay, how's the fortress looking now? Pretty massive ash storm. I'm glad my stuff is still out there. Okay, we even have a trader here. Is that a trader? No. Why does Arelas have a house here?
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Ooh, you sell spells, eh? They're good ones, but you do sell spells. So we have our own spellmaker here, which I guess is convenient for a Telvanni. There. That's the first tower, lower section. Nice, we have some crystals here. There's an upstairs and a downstairs, and there's the way through. At least there's no bloody tree here. You can walk up there. Okay, so this is... Wow! Got some Grandmaster's retort here. I guess it's one of the most complex ways to get that for the Thieves Guild. Also, this lamp seems to be weightless. Nice. Very, very nice. Any good stuff here? No. Not sure if those are my quarters or not. I should actually have a higher tower as well. Let's go down there. Let's see if we have a dungeon level or something of the sorts. Maybe we breached a cavern as well. We just have some crystals here. I think this tower's still growing. Very nice. Our own 4 vines, I guess. Okay, does it have an upper tower? There is no upper tower just yet. But it's still growing. It's not great, but it's mine. Love it. Okay. Now. What's doing? Too much? Just making sure I don't completely forget about one of the level ups. That's right where I want it to be. That too, although not quite in that way. Okay. Now let's just go to the council hall. And I think I'll have to do some more chores for the House Telvanni. And the game crashed. That's a shame. Yeah, game crashed. I don't know why. So I'm gonna call the stream here. We've been at it for almost 4 hours. I'll see what I've lost in terms of last save, and I'll get back to you soon. Bye!